What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be talking about how I caught this 4.5 hour trade. Absolute fucking beauty today, to be fair. Not bad at all. I fuck with this trade a lot. And yeah, let's get into it. So, coming into today, my bias, obviously bullish, but I can't lie, I did try to take shorts. I'm going to NQ instead. So, reset this shite. Just before 9:30. Yeah. So we have this small 1 hour here. Small 1 hour right there. We've got the sell side, this 1 hour down here, and then we have an SMT with London low and Asia low. So I don't really care about them, to be honest. Now I should have been more like completely bullish because we have this high up here and that high, but I was just kind of like not with it today as much as I normally am. Which happens, just happens, you know what I mean? I ended up blowing 2 evals. I'll show you how I did that once I turn my phone off. So I ended up pre-market trying to sell eval, like trying to sell so that I would fucking, yeah, you see what happens, so that I could enter or just catch the sell below here to then trade higher off my actual accounts. But yeah, I got absolutely wrecked. Took out that high. We had this daily high, or the 4 hour high. Where's the daily high? No, this is the daily high. Or is it on? Am I blind? We did have the daily high on ES, but don't know if that's a high on top. No, no. Oh no, this is the daily high here. Daily high there. Don't know why it was marked as 4 intermediate high. So we got the daily high there. We did end up taking that. And then we have this 4 for Via Gap as well. That was another draw I had after we displaced off of that 1 hour intermediate low. Super obvious bullish bias. No reason to take shorts here at all, to be honest. We have took out all the draws in liquidity here, but we still have this as a new intermediate high. And then we have this 4 hour high up here. So bullish coming into today, and then we end up coming up higher. We leave this liquidity. I thought maybe we could catch a reversal off here, but we never ended up doing that. I mean, you could take something like this, but the 5 minute was closing there, so you probably wouldn't want to do that because it would be a bit of a weird break even. But not a bad idea, to be fair. We turtle soup too, so not bad at all. But I end up forming this 50 minute, tapping into that, 5 minute. Then we inverse this 5 minute for buy gap here. No, I was looking at the 1 minute, but there is no inversion. I saw Blake took the. Actually, technically, have an order block here as well. 5 minute order block. 5 minute order block right there. And they got a 50 minute for Via Gap here, and then they end up taking the 1 minute CISD entry, taking something like this, and then had his stop loss at like the CE or just below the CE of that wick, and then took it for like a 1 to 1.6 or something like that. But yeah, pretty solid trade from Blake. Like, I ended up taking the 5 minute version and then holding the trade for longer towards all the way up here. Right, held this whole move all the way up till that bit. If Blake held that, holy shit, he wouldn't have, but if he did, maybe he did it on like a CFT account or something. That would have been crazy. RR. But that just shows that you can catch mad trades with mad RR using this strategy. But yeah, that's what Blake took to this internal structure here. Pretty sweet trade, like pretty solid. Brendan Barr, he was saying that he doesn't really need fair value gaps. It's just an entry trigger really. If he's got bias and drawn liquidity, which let's realistically, like all the fair value gap is an entry trigger. Like if that wick wasn't there and there's a fair value gap, you're in. He just uses CISD instead, so valid as fuck. Valid as fuck trade. I ended up taking the 5 minute here. And I'm taking the 5 minute, 50 minute. How that will be 5 minute, 50 minute for value gap here. I end up taking the CISD of the 5 minute. Why is it not? Figure to the edge. IFEG here. And then this was the break even point. Perfect break even. Had a limit right on the CISD as well. Stop loss at the body low. And I held it all the way up here. Taking profits at a 1 to 3, a 1 to 4, and then final take profit up here. I ended on like 5 micros. Here was no entry, so I'll talk why I actually held this trade as well. So overall, there's no actual targets here. You're just kind of going for the 1-to-1. The next draw is this 4 for value gap up here. So there's no reason for me to actually really take profits at like a 1-to-1, 1-to-2. Yeah, if you want to secure the trade, go for that. Fair enough, but I'm not targeting him. My target's up here, so I'm going to be trailing and taking as I'm going way up to my target. And I was just like something I was thinking to do, and it's just about having discretion in the market, to be honest. Like just being able to be discretionary enough to hold your trades for a longer period of time, secure more profits. So pretty chill. I made like 690 on this trade. Pretty fucking saucy. We're taking partials. I think partial at 1 to 3, and then partial at 1 to 2, 1 to 4, sorry, and then full TP there. And then we also had this here, so I was managing the trade for the whole trade. We ended up having this 50-minute, these two 50-minute fair value gaps right below us here that opened up on the way up, and 11 o'clock opened right here. Now, I expected 11 o'clock to open low. We opened low, we displayed really strongly through this, taking out this liquidity here and this liquidity here. We ended up forming an SMT right here. This one, right there, SMT, beauty. Right, SMT. And then we ended up getting a fat inversion. So I wasn't too bothered with this. After I saw this rejection, we made this rejection block here. Tapped into that rejection block. Boom. Reject that rejection block. So I was chilling. I did have my my stop loss originally here, like just under this 5-minute order block here. I mean, yeah, you actually boom, has another order block there technically. Will be there, same as down there, on the higher time frame. SMT. I mean, yeah. You technically, I would call that an order block. But anyway, you have that. Come down, tap a 15-minute, tiny 15-minute, make an SMT, rejection, tap in the rejection jump, reject off of it. But yeah, I did move my stop from here to here because I wasn't too bothered about getting break even on the trade, and I knew we were gonna go to this draw. Like I just knew we were going to this draw. I kind of script other than that, I just knew. So I just kept my shit break even, and then because I kept my shit break even, I ended up cooking. Could have got another re-entry here, but I didn't bother just because there was like not much point. But if I did, I probably would have cooked another like 2 RR right there. So I entered with more risk. That's an extra like 500 profit right there. So 2 right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was out while this hit TP as well, which was aura as fuck. Right next to my mum. Boom, watch that, man. Fuck. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Enjoy.